Namaste to all. One day when my Acharyaji was explaining Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam mantra, he suddenly told that this mantra is very priya to Mahatma Gandhi, and in fact he told that if all the scriptures, all the Upanishads and the other Sanatan Dharma scriptures are turned to ashes and only this mantra survives, then also we can revive the entire Vedic tradition with this one mantra. And that is the depth and significance of this mantra, which my Acharyaji said that it's a very wise word from Mahatma Gandhi, because this mantra, which is the first shloka of Isha Upanishad and the first mantra of Yajurveda's 40th chapter, Yajurveda 40th chapter and Isha Upanishad almost tally up to the tune of 90% or 95% we can say. So the Rishi who wrote Isha Upanishad, he was a great scholar of Yajurveda, and he was so much impressed with the last chapter, which is commonly or popularly known as summary of Yajurveda. The complete summary of Yajurveda is the 40th chapter of Yajurveda, and which is also written as Isha Upanishad by the Rishi. I forgot the name of the Rishi, but he was a great scholar of Yajurveda, and he was also Acharya of Yajnavalkya Maharishi. So this first shloka, which is Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Ma Gradaha Kasya Svidhanam. Actually, every word in this mantra, every word in this shloka, we can make a frame of each and every word as a kind of quotation. Like Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita is such a powerful quotation, which is the root of all Vairagya or non-attachment or renunciation. How to live a life with Vairagya is given in these three words by Almighty God: Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita. Why we must have this Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita bhavana or Vairagya bhavana? Because Ma Gridha Kasya Svidhanam. God says, Ma Gridha Kasya Svidhanam. Kasya Svidhanam. Svidhanam. Dhanam means our wealth, our property, your body, whatever you possess as yours in this world is not yours. Kasya Svidhanam. It is yours today for a short time. Tomorrow it is not yours, because you will be gone from this body. So Ma Gridha, kabhi bhi lalach mat karna, kabhi bhi greedy mat hona. So you must live the life with Tyaktena bhavana, Tena Tyaktena bhavana. My Acharya explains beautifully that what is this Tena Tyaktena bhavana. He says that Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita. Bhunjita means bhog karna. Bhunjita means to experience those materialistic objects in your life for your well-being. Experience it. You can do bhoga of the whatever things you have, you must do bhoga, but with the bhavana of Tena Tyaktena. First you must have Tena Tyaktena bhavana, means first you must renounce it and then you must enjoy it. So we must try to learn to renounce and then enjoy. Never enjoy and then try to renounce, because when you start enjoying and then renouncing, it's an impossible task. Our mind will get into raga dvesh. Because of the nature of our mind, the moment we start enjoying something, we will attach rag with that. Sukha anushaya raga. When we experience sukh or enjoyment or happiness or pleasure in something, our mind will automatically attach rag into that. That means mind will force us to do it again and again. So my Acharya always says that before enjoying it, or before experiencing it, before taking the sukh from any of the materialistic object, that materialistic object can be even your own human body, even the food what you eat, even your family, your wealth, your property, anything in your life which is an object for you. Before enjoying it, you must have the bhavana of the renunciation or non-attachment or detachment. Like I was seeing one video some time back by one Acharya in Arya Samaj. He was explaining really beautifully some points. How do we bring this bhavana in our life? Like, you must bring detachment to our life, and same time you can enjoy the materialistic objects. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. But how do you bring it? By Tyaktena bhavana. point number 1 is always. God says Tena, Tyaktena, Bhunjita means always. Don't do any deeds which is prohibited by God in the Vedas. For example, God prohibits eating non-vegetarian food in the Vedas. So if God prohibits non-vegetarian food, you must not take non-vegetarian food. This is Tena, Tyaktena, Bhunjita. So whatever God is prohibiting in the Vedas, you must adhere to that. This is Tena, Tyaktena, Bhunjita. But other than that, God is not prohibiting vegetarian food. God is not prohibiting to eat and drink and live happily. So how do we bring non-attachment in those things? So he has given his life experience, that how he came to a situation of non-attachment. He's saying that simple example that okay, when I went to my acharya said, Bhog karo par pehla tyag karo. Means how do you do? Whenever you eat something, or you drink water or drink juice, or you speak to some person, you have a friend, etc., etc., whenever you get into a happiness situation which is giving you satisfaction, disassociate your mind from that. That means never bring the thought inside your mind that bahut maza aa gaya. Like example, when you eat something, you eat rasagulla, you eat a sweet. The moment you eat it and it's so tasty, you will tell inside your mind that wow, how much good it is. So he said that my acharya told that don't give this thought inside your mind. And slowly when you practice this on a daily basis, you will not get into attachment. Either the sweet you eat once in a while also, you eat the sweet, but don't tell inside your mind that wah, maza aa gaya. So how do we practice this in our daily life? Like for example, you have air condition in your house, you have fan in your house, you have other sadhan in your house for keeping yourself cool in the hot summer. So Tena, Tyaktena, Bhunjita, try to give away the fan or AC or other sadhan for some time. By force, try to give away and see the situation of your mind. Can you live without electricity for some time? Can you live without fan and AC for some time, even in the hot summer? It is not possible immediately, but slowly your mind will get used to. And then when there is a AC or non-AC, when there is power or non-power, you will not get irritation later on. So this kind of activity start doing in your life. Number 1. Number 2, like you have very good food. You have your wife or your mother or your sister or yourself, you are a good cook and you can cook very well, you can cook tasty food. So try to leave mirch masala, try to reduce the quantity of salt, quantity of sweetness and sugar in your food on a daily basis. Try to leave for some time and see how is the situation of your mind. For example, you have the habit of drinking everyday tea in the morning or coffee in the morning. Without coffee, your day is not starting. For some people, without drinking tea, their eyes will not open. I have seen many of my close people in North India. They are North Indians. So they need tea first in the morning. Without tea, they cannot do anything. So the practice could be that can I sustain my life without tea for 15 days? Try and see. Whatever is most priya to you, try to leave it for 10 to 15 days and see your mental situation. There will be some eagerness or force in your mind. If you try to conquer that slowly, your mind will be able to understand your intention. And Vyasmani beautifully says in Yoga Sutra commentary, he says that Ayaskantamanihi, Chittam Ayaskantamani. The Ayaskantamani means magnet. It's like a magnet. Chit is like a magnet, and Sannidhi Matra Upakara. Sannidhi Matra means just by the mind when it is close to Jivatma, the first intention of the mind is to serve the Jivatma. If Jivatma is getting pleasure in something, mind will give more of that. So when we start understanding this principle in our life, and when we start leaving these small things like leaving the fan, leaving the AC, leaving the electricity for some time, leaving the namak, mirchi, sugar, salt, sweet, etc. in our food, slowly mind will understand us and serve us accordingly. Mind will get controlled that okay, my Malik does not want this sukh, so let me not give it. Initially it will force us to give, but slowly when we start putting into practice, the mind will secure that we are getting away from it. Similarly, your mother is cooking, 5 people in the house, mother is cooking some food. Suppose you are having chapati, morning tiffin is chapati, mother is making 15 chapatis for 5 people, so everybody should get 3. So Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Bhavana is, you don't go and eat first and then eat 4 or 5 chapatis and then the rest of the people has to adjust. You try to adjust. Okay, if there are 15, when you are eating first, try to eat less than 3, because you must understand Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita. First let me do tyag and then consume little. And also Ayurveda says, when you eat, give space for 1 or 1.5 roti inside your stomach. You can still eat a half roti or 1 roti more, but still give that space inside your body, because body will respond properly, digestions will become proper if you eat little less. You can also do dhyan properly, but this is a practice. It cannot happen in one day. And slowly your mind will start understanding your behavior. And when at one point of time, when you go into Vanaprastha from Grihastha Ashrama, you will not feel difficulty to leave the closed ones. For example, this food habit I told, similarly you can do it for your relations also. You are very close to your daughter or son or wife or husband, etc. Try to stay away from them for some days. Not outside the house, but inside the house, try to be silent. Just speak only when it is necessary. Try to, build some kind of wall between you and your close relation and see how is your mental situation. And also try to inspire others to do this Tena Tyaktena Bhavana. See, God has made us and given this human body to us. And we are taking sukh from seeing through our eyes. We see movies, we see many other pictures on a daily basis. We want to see more of nature, greenery. I want to see rain, I want to enjoy, etc. So Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita, can you try to live without seeing for some time? Can you close your eyes and live for some time on a daily basis? Try to get away from this kind of sukh. Then this will build a Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Bhavana inside us. Similarly, talking. Can you remain silent for some time and listen more and then talk less? Try to maintain 1 day Mauna Vrat in a week. If it's possible to achieve, it is great. And similarly, God has given us hands. Like, I was reading one article, the unique creation of human body, the distinguishing, creation of the human body is 3 things. One is the speech, one is the intellect, the other one is the hands. The hands are so beautifully made by the Supreme Power Almighty God that it's a very unique creation among the other creatures. We can do those things. We can even stitch very minute, you can do stitching with your hand, you can do painting with your hand. Other animals cannot do it. So hand is a very unique creation by Almighty God. So can you stay without usage of your hand for some time, in a day, in a week, in a month, like sitting calmly in a place in meditative posture? If apart from everyday upasana, apart from daily morning and evening upasana. So when we try to stay away from our materialistic objects on a daily basis, for example, you are driving a car in a 4-lane road or driving a bike, Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Bhavana must be there. We must give way to the people who are coming fast. Go to the left and let the other vehicle pass. Or if you are in America, go to the right, let the other vehicle pass. I don't know America, but I'm just telling for example. I don't know, because I thought it is another other way of driving, so it could be like that. So I'm just telling, in driving also, when you do Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita, you will avoid accidents, you will avoid fights and disputes with other people. And when you eat, don't try to eat first, try to eat last. Serve your parents first, give food to your children first, and then try to eat last. But if you are very hungry, you want to eat first, eat less, so that the food is equally used to all the people. And you have a very beautiful bathroom, big tub, and very beautiful facility to get hot water, and you use very latest scented soaps, etc. Try to give away. And when you go to Acharya's ashram, try to take bath in the ashram's bathroom. When you go to an Acharya where a yogi is living, it will be simple bathroom. Can you give away your sukh of your bathroom and then try to take bath in those bathrooms which are very small, does not have much facilities? Can you give away the hot water for some time? Like you have a habit of taking bath in hot water every day. Can you take bath in cold water for some days? Tena, Tyaktena, bhavana. I mean, these are all, these are all exercises to build a strong mind. And when mind becomes strong, when you can control your mind with the strong habits, it will help us to build Tena, Tyaktena, Bhunjita bhavana, which will directly take us towards Vairagya. And similarly, most important thing today is leaving the mobile phone gadgets. Can we live without mobile phone for one day? Try to be without mobile phone for one day in a week, one day in a month, one day in 6 months at least. Today it is impossible, but when you start, you can surely do it. And when you give up your sukh, like example, the best example is athletes. When they start running, right, they will go towards their limit. They will go towards such a limit that the next day or the next they touch that limit. Like example, they want to run 5 kilometer. It's difficult to run 5 kilometer, but they will do it every day. That's a limit, and after some time, that 5 kilometer limit will become 6 kilometer. So similarly, when you give away your mobile phone, the sukh of mobile phone, when it goes away, your mind will force you to use it. But when you overcome it, you will have a experience of pleasure inside you. These are all not my knowledge, my Acharya knowledge and the books I have read. And like one Arya Samaj Acharya whom I was listening, he told many points like this. And can you give away your sleep? Give away sleep means, can you wake up at 3:30? It's like you are waking up at 4 o'clock. Is it possible for you to wake up at 3:30? Or if you are waking up at 6 o'clock, can you slowly move it towards 5:30? So everywhere you are gaining sukh, try to give away some portion of sukh to train your mind. This is Tena, Tyaktena, Bhunjita. And when you give away the sukh, and when the mind comes into tadapna mode, the mind comes into a mode of pushing you to use that sukh, that point of time, remember Acharya, remember Almighty God. Then your Tyaktena bhavana will become worship actually. My Acharya always says, man se apne Acharya ko yaad karo, kaam karte raho. By mind, remember your Acharya, just do your other activities. This is Tena, Tyaktena bhavana. But when your mind is fully occupied in sukh, where is this place for Acharya and Almighty God? So when you give away your sukh, fill that place with Acharya's thoughts. Acharya's thoughts means you must remember the Acharya's worship, the Acharya's tapasya. Like every Acharya, like my Acharya and any other Acharya who has attained Samadhi, they have given away so much of their sukh, thereby they attained Vairagya. Vairagya is a state, my Acharya says, even I don't have eligibility to speak about that topic, but my Acharya says that in Vairagya stage, Tat Paramam Purush Kyater Gunavai Trishnam. Guna means the three guna, Prakriti. That yogi will leave away everything, even he does not need his daily. He does not even like to wear the dress in the body. He does not even like his body. That will be the state of Vairagya. And my Acharya said that after attaining this state only you will attain Samadhi, the final state of Samadhi. So these are all experience of every Acharya. But can we go to that state? No, but we must start somewhere. From today, try to write down, I have written some points in my notebook that which are the sukh I am doing. Like example, tea, coffee in the morning. Can I leave it? It's difficult, but I will try. Fan and AC, when I read this, when I listened this, I started reducing the usage of my fan. It's difficult for sure. When it is hot, it is difficult for sure, but slowly your mind gets used to. Slowly your body will get adapted to. And when the body gets adapted to the, to no fan situation, you will get some anand inside you. It will help you in tapasya and fill that anand with Acharya's, thoughts, with Almighty Ishwar Pranidhan. Ishwar Pranidhan, as I told, Sarva Kriyanam Paramaguru Ishwara Arpanam. Sarva Kriyanam, every Kriya, try to do Arpan to Almighty God. This is Ishwar Pranidhan. And also Tatphalam Sannyasah. Tatphalam means whatever Kriya you are doing, like you are able to leave your fan, AC and mobile and gadget and namak, mirchi, masala, etc. Don't give credit to yourself. Give credit to Almighty God and Acharya for showing you the path. If Almighty God did not give the formula Tena, Tyaktena, Bhunjita, can human beings do it? No, cannot. Because human beings always look for sukh only. But all this sukh, whatever I have mentioned, some sukh I have mentioned in this video, is all materialistic sukh. No Acharya, no Vedas, no mantras, no Upanishads or Darshanas will ask you to give away. Okay, you are doing daily Almighty God's worship, give away the worship for some days. No. This is giving away the materialistic sukh. Don't ever give away the Adhyatmic sukh. Increase the Adhyatmic sukh. But when you give away more of the materialistic sukh, you will get more of the Adhyatmic sukh. But these are initial practices for controlling our mind. You are close to somebody, you are having extreme passion to speak to him or her on a daily basis. You cannot even sleep without a messaging to him or her. Can you give up that messaging, Instagramming, messaging or posting video, audio like that? Is it possible? If you try to do it, your mind will force you. Like, yesterday I made a shorts, YouTube shorts, scorpion bite and snake bite. So when you try to give away your sensual pleasure, your mind will give you so much of pain, and that pain is like a bite of a scorpion. Vyasmuni is writing in his sutra that whenever you give your sukh, like you are so much close to your girlfriend or boyfriend, you cannot stay away from him or her, or your wife or your husband, you cannot stay away from him or her. So when you try to start Vairagya and then try to give up some closeness towards them, your mind will forcefully bite you. That bite is like a pain of biting of scorpion. But Vyasmuni says people fear this bite. People will have extreme fear of this bite of scorpion, and they will start enjoying that sukh again. Like, I have decided not to speak to my best friend because I have become addicted. For my own benefit and for his own benefit or her own benefit, I have started reducing my time. The mind will bite me, but then because of the pain of that bite, I start again messaging him or her. For example, I'm just telling an example, okay? Then Vyasmuni says it's as if like you are enjoying the pleasure, but that pleasure is as if like a snake bite. You will definitely die. Poisonous cobra biting you, you will definitely die. So the moment you take up that sensual pleasure which you were ready to leave earlier, or which you left earlier, when you took back that sensual pleasure to enjoy it, then you are in a snake bite and nobody can save you from the karma phal. So this is important point by Maharishi Vyas. So we must remember, see, these points are not for everybody. These points are for those people who are really in spiritual path only. Otherwise my videos will be like, what this guy is blabbering, they will think. For me, I am blabbering because when I speak, I listen to it and it gives Vairagya inside me. And probably I always feel that some of you who are following my channel for quite some time and are eager in the Vedic way also might get inspired by these talks. And I am not an Acharya to talk all these things. I am a normal person. I am a sinner. I always say I am a sinner, like each of you. But I always try to go towards little bit of development on a daily basis. And Tena, Tyaktena, Bhunjita, I like this mantra so much. I listened from my Acharya many times. And my Acharya always says, Tyag Purvak, Tyag Bhavna hona chahiye. You must think about Acharya 24/7. How can you think about Acharya 24/7? By giving away this materialistic sukh. Fill those places with Acharya's thoughts. Fill those places with Almighty God thoughts. For some people, you do not have Acharya in your life, you can fill those places with Almighty God thoughts. You can fill those places with name jap. When you have that scorpion bite, take that bite with Almighty God's thought of Almighty God. Then your Ishwar Pranidhan also will get strengthened. And when Ishwar Pranidhan gets strengthened, Vyas Muni says, Patanjali Muni says, you will go towards moksha. So these small things in our life, can we try to leave it? It's not easy, but we can definitely try. Yes, why not? You are traveling in a bus, you are traveling in a train to a place and the bus is crowded, and suddenly the place where you are standing near to that place, somebody is getting up from the seat to get down, and then 3 people including you are forcing yourself to sit in that place. Don't do it. Don't take into fight. Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita. Give away. Give the place to other people first. Similarly, your mother is cooking food in your, like she is making chapati for you. You are sitting, you are very hungry in your dining table, you are screaming with the hunger. I see this kind of situation many times with my family also. You are screaming with hunger, Mama, mujhe bhook lag rahi hai, give me food, give me food, give me food. So your mother is bringing you chapati, don't grab from her hand, let her give it. Tyaktena Bhunjita. After she gives tyag, she is preparing roti for you only. After she gives it, take it from her. Then she will be happy. But if you are grabbing from her hand before she gives it, she will feel bad, she will feel hurt. It could be your mother or your wife also, or it could be your sister also, it could be brother also. Before somebody gives it, don't grab it from them. Almighty God gives every sukh to you only. He has made this world for all of us only. We should not try to grab that sukh. It will automatically come when we have this Tena Tyaktena bhavana. And similarly, when you go for a buffet, you have office party, business party, or some marriage ceremony, some reception, buffet, the person who is ahead of you is putting dal or sabji. Before he keeps that, karandi, what we say in, I don't know English, the spoon, before he keeps that spoon, you don't grab from his hand. Some people have this urgency. Oh, thoda sa hai, let me first take. This is not Tyaktena bhavana. Almighty God will never be happy with this kind of karma. So Tena Tyaktena bhavana we must try to bring in every situation, starting from taking bath, starting from seeing by our eyes, or talking or eating. Everywhere we can bring even drinking water. Drinking water, whenever you are thirsty, you have facility to drink water. But remember, those people in the jungle, tapasvis, they are thirsty, but they do not have water in jungle, because in jungle, it is terribly hot or terribly cold, and water sources are somewhere far away from the gufa. So that yogi is sitting on meditation, he is thirsty also, he will control his thirst. He does not get water immediately. He has to wait for 2-3 hours. In the night, if he wants water also, he will wait for 2-3 hours, and in the morning he will go and fetch water. Similarly, can you bring this habit? You are extremely thirsty. Can you control your thirst for some time? Not full day, but some time. So these kind of habits will make our mind strong. Like, as I told the athlete, whenever you start stretching your body so much to the limit, the elasticity will further increase. Like when you start eating 3 chapatis, you can eat. For next 1 week, try to eat 5 chapatis. After 10 days, you will have hunger for 5 chapatis. You cannot reduce it, because it's an elastic. It will further blow up your stomach. Similarly, when you use your body also, God says Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita. Try to go to your limit so that your mind gets controlled. So these topics may seem very silly in your life, but when you try to implement, even I am also trying on a daily basis. I am not into it. I also need everyday sukh. I cannot leave like mobile phone. It's not an easy thing for me to leave mobile phone, but trying to reduce. Like you have a habit of seeing mobile phone during eating, try to stop it. You have a habit of going through Instagram shorts or YouTube shorts, try to stop it for some time. If we do this kind of activities on a daily basis, and whenever you stop it, your mind is biting you like a scorpion bite, fill that place with the thought of Acharya's tapasya. See, because there is a sutra in Yoga Sutra where Patanjali Muni says not Vishayavati. The sutra says that remember the image of your Acharya. Your Acharya, he is your Acharya or she is your Acharya who has given you Diksha. He is like your mother, father. Keep her or his photo, and then remember that photo, because his body itself is in Turiya state, and each and every part in his body is in Brahma Avastha. So try to remember your Acharya at that point of time. Or if you do not have an Acharya, try to remember the name of Almighty God, Om, when you have this scorpion bite. And the scorpion bite will turn into pleasure, and we can avoid the snake bite in our life. So these are some of the points which was very interesting for me. I thought of making this short audio. I hope you understood. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.